So, I was going to start off with but this is a little bit more unorthodox. Not going to be doing any scripts, not going to be doing any cuts, not going to be doing any cool zoom ins. It's just like a new series I wanted to try. It's called Uncut Journals, and it's just going to be uncut footage of me talking to you guys. Picking my nose. Just, I don't know. I feel like even with my videos that I upload, you don't really get the real me, I guess. And I'm not saying I'm not being authentic in my videos, but, everything is cut. Everything is multiple takes. Everything, when we do things on the internet, we tend to try to make it look the best, which, it makes sense, right? We want to put out the best content, the best quality content. But, at the same time, I feel like maybe you don't get to see the real me. You get to see the best version of me. You get to see what I want you to see. Unless you see my automated thumbnails sometimes, then it's me looking like I don't know what. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to sit here and talk to you guys. Maybe get to know me. If you don't know, I am 35 years old and started my journey of sobriety about 4.5 months ago, almost 5 months now, which I guess it doesn't sound like a long time, but to me it feels like it's been a long time. Not in the sense of feeling, but as I look back, I can just see that I've come such a long way, man. This is like I'm sitting in the most uncomfortable position because the mic stand is, I don't know. But what I was saying is it feels like it's been a long time, but at the same time it doesn't, because I know you could probably say, 5 months isn't that long. And it really isn't a long time when it is in the grand scheme of things. But, I've come a long way. And what I try to preach to people is changing your mindset, because that has been one of the things that I think has made me come such a long way in such a short period of time, is changing my mindset. Because before, there's things I wanted to stop doing, such as drinking alcohol and stop smoking weed. And, I didn't want to stop smoking weed, I don't think. To be real, I don't know, I like smoking weed. I didn't think smoking weed was a problem, but I knew drinking alcohol was probably detrimental to my life. I know it wasn't the best. I had a lot of bad experiences, I can say, on alcohol. So, yeah, I wanted to quit alcohol for a while. I wanted to eat better. I didn't actually want to quit drinking coffee or quit drinking soda, which I did both of those things too. The soda thing was, I'm not very big on drinking soda anyway, or I wasn't. So quitting soda really, really wasn't a big thing to me. I didn't buy cases of soda when I went to the grocery store, so it wasn't that big. I mostly drank soda when I drank alcohol, like if I mix it or use it as chaser, so wasn't really, really, really that big of a thing to me. But drinking coffee, also, it wasn't that big of a thing to me, but I know, when I was working graveyard shift as a IT technician, I drank a lot of coffee. I would definitely drink a cup of coffee when I woke up, And as soon as I got to work, I would drink a cup of coffee. That was like my ritual. I'd get to work at around 6, and then the first thing I would do was start checking my emails and then go to the coffee machine and start making coffee. And that would be my cup of coffee to start off the night. And then if I was feeling sluggish, around like 11 or 12 at night, then I would probably drink another cup because I wouldn't get off work until like 5 or 6. So, but the coffee thing wasn't that big of a deal to me. I just wanted to stop. And coffee gave me anxiety. If I drank too much coffee, I would get very, very anxious, and I just didn't like that feeling. So that's kind of why I quit drinking coffee. And the whole soda thing, like I said, wasn't that big of a deal. I just felt like if I don't drink soda now, why drink it anyway? It's not good for me. And I'm quitting alcohol, so there's no real reason to drink soda. And yeah, so I quit drinking soda. And the alcohol thing, just, it was, and still is, I guess, kind of difficult. I mean, it's not difficult to make the right choices, but as someone that drank alcohol for so long and liked it so much, I don't want to say that I want to drink alcohol, but I can say I do have the temptations and the urges because, I've mentioned in like some of my videos before, when I go to certain places or do certain things, I just, remember the times where I would drink alcohol, like going to the beach. Whenever I would go to the beach, I would probably drink the whole time. And it's just, it's just something that I guess I was used to doing. But, yeah, it just gives me the urge. And it's not that I want to. And I can tell you one of the main reasons why I really don't want to is because alcohol has only caused bad things to happen to me. And even when I had good times, I'd still wake up hungover and I would still spend a bunch of money on alcohol. And I didn't like that very much. I mean, I could lie and say on the outside that, yeah, had such a good time. Yeah, I like doing it. But the more that I don't drink alcohol, the more I haven't drank alcohol, I realize that I didn't like that person. I didn't like who I was. And I can say at the time I wasn't happy. I don't think anyone that drinks every day, or not even just drinks every day, but drinks as much as I did in one sitting, is happy with themselves. And, I've got to learn that, which I guess it was the hard way, but everything happens for a reason, and I don't regret it. I just wish that I could have made this change earlier in life. Could have saved myself a lot of hassle, but it's better now than never, I guess. Which I am happy about my journey. That was another thing. I had always wanted to go to the gym and just get healthier and get bigger. I've always weighed around 120, 130. And that was another thing that drinking really hindered me from, or hindered me for, I guess. I don't know if either of those are right grammar. But that's what hindered my gaining weight. And I know a lot of people say, well, when I drink, I gain a bunch of weight. And when I stopped drinking, I lost a bunch of weight. It was different for me because I was the type of drinker that I didn't like to eat because I feel like it would kill my buzz. So one, I didn't eat, and then a lot of times I would drink so much that I would throw up. And it's not because I couldn't handle my alcohol. Like I wasn't one of those people that would just throw up and then that's the end of my night. I would throw up so I would get more space in my stomach to drink more. So I would throw up, take about 5-10 minute break, and then go back to drinking. And that's just, so that would be, it would kill me from eating, because then the next day I'd be super hungover and I just wouldn't eat because I was hungover. So it was just hard for me to gain weight, and I've always just wanted to get bigger. I hated being so skinny, and I mean, I guess I didn't hate it enough to do anything about it, but I just did not like being so skinny. Like, my arms were so skinny, my legs are still skinny, but ever since I stopped drinking, I've gained around 40 pounds. And I'm not going to say all of it was muscle, but a good amount turned into muscle. And I'm really happy with my progress. I mean, my arms have gotten a lot bigger. My chest has gotten a lot bigger. My back, it's getting there, but I can see that my back is getting more definition. I need to put on more mass on my back, which is going to get there. I can see the upper part of my legs are getting bigger. My calves, even though they're still small, they're getting bigger. My ankles are still small. I don't know. Hopefully we can work on that. I don't even know. If you're watching this video and you're into fitness, how do you get bigger ankles? Is that just something that I was born with? Or will I get bigger ankles as I get bigger over time? Because I can tell you, going from 140 to I'm like 161, 162 right now, my ankles are still small. And 40 pounds is 40 pounds is a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight to gain. So, and there's fat there. I know that I still have a six pack, but I can see that, I've gained a little bit of stomach fat, which at first I can say it kind of bugged me, just because even obviously when I was skinny, even then I still had I was skinny as hell, but I still had a six pack. And I still do, but I can just see a little bit of stomach fat, and it bugged me a little bit, but not really worried, because once I get a lot bigger, I'm going to be cutting. And, six packs are cool, but I like having bigger arms and a bigger chest better than having a six pack. So maybe that's just me. And not to mention, right now as I'm trying to bulk and get bigger, I'm just eating a lot of foods that I really like. I'm trying to stay on the healthier side, not eating as much fast food. Still having cheat days, but not crazy cheat days either. And I'm still trying to stay within my calories, which I'm not. I'm eating more calories than I should, but I'm not overeating. And I'm trying to not eat as much fat. I'm trying to eat a lot of protein, because I want to just gain the muscle. The muscle is where I really want to get. I mean, like I said, my chest is getting there. My arms are getting bigger. Yeah, I had to flex for you. Obviously, it probably looks small now. But yeah. My arms are getting bigger. They're noticeably bigger. And if you followed me or followed me on Instagram or followed me on TikTok, then you could probably tell how much bigger I've gotten. So, but yeah, man, it's been a hell of a journey, and the thing that keeps me motivated, which hopefully I can motivate you, is the progress that I'm making. And that's what's keeping me motivated. It really is. And that's another reason why I know I don't want to drink alcohol at all, and it's what's keeping me away from it, is I'm going to lose progress. I know that alcohol stops the growth of muscle. Let me look that up. Because I know there's going to be people up in here. Let's see. It doesn't stop the growth of muscle. Okay, we're going to do to muscle recovery. So, alcohol slows down the repair process of exercise-induced muscle damage. Let's restart that, because now it sounds stupid. Alcohol slows down the repair process of exercise-induced muscle damage by inhibiting the functions of hormones that usually aid this process, such as testosterone. So, if you don't know about muscle building, when you work out, you're essentially tearing down and breaking your muscle. And to build more muscle, your body recovers and grows it, um, with testosterone, obviously. So basically, what alcohol does is if you break down the muscle, alcohol slows down the recovery process. And I want to build muscle as fast as my body is able to. Not as fast as I can. Oh, I guess as fast as I can. But I want my body to be in the optimal shape to when I'm going to the gym and I'm breaking down the muscle, that my body can recover. And that's very important to me. I know alcohol is going to kill those growths, kill those gains, and I don't want that. I don't. And once again, that's what I see as motivation is. A lot of people may not see the small progress that I've made, but I have, and that is just motivating me. Like the muscle that I've grown, the clarity I've gotten in myself, which I couldn't ask for more than clarity. When your mind's clouded from alcohol, you don't have a lot of clarity. You tend to blame people around you. And I saw that now that I'm very clear-minded, saw the destruction that I was causing around me. And I didn't like that. I don't like it now either. But, I'm in the process of rebuilding. And in the rebuilding process, you learn a lot. And I know that during this rebuilding process, I'm going to go harder and be stronger than ever. And that's what I'm really aiming for, is to be a better version of myself. And I couldn't see that before. It was very hard to see that before. I know there was places I wanted to go, who I wanted to be, but I guess when you're struggling with addiction or you're struggling with, self-hate, struggling with stress, struggling with depression, you can't see the steps to get there, especially when you're always knocking yourself down. And that's how I felt. I felt that, I wanted to get to places, and I was making a little bit of progress, but I wasn't making the progress that I wanted to make, and a lot of things were in the way. And, got rid of them. Now I'm doing a lot better. And I will say, the one thing I'll say though, is the weed thing is, I don't think that was something that was standing in the way. I mean, I guess money-wise it was, because I was spending a lot of money on weed and wax, because wax is good. It's stronger, more potent, but being stronger and more potent means it costs a lot more. So I can say that I was standing in the way money-wise, because I would spend a lot of money on it. But now that I've gotten, a lot of these things out of my way, a lot of things are more clear to me, and it's helping me just rebuild myself better than I have before. And I'm starting at a late age. I guess, 35 years old, I'm starting this rebuilding process of my inner self and my outer self. And I hope this can be motivation, that I feel like it's never too late. Like a long time, I'd be like, well, I'd already turned 30, and I was like, man, it's going to be hard to change. Already 31, going to be hard to change. Already 32, going to be hard to change. 33, 34, and now at 35, I'm halfway to 40. It seemed almost impossible to make the changes. And I started making the changes on my 35th birthday. So I know that when I turn 36, it'll be exactly a year that I made the change. It'll be my anniversary. And I know that as hard as it seems, and I know there's probably people watching that are way younger than me, and maybe there's people way older than me. It seems impossible, but it is possible, and you can make the change, and you can make yourself better. It's just you really, really, really have to want to, and you really have to change your mind. And that is the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from this, is changing your mind. And it's not just saying, I'm gonna quit this and I'm gonna start doing this, or I'm gonna start doing this and I'm gonna stop acting like this. It's way more than that. It's wanting to change your entire self, changing who you are, not being the same person. Because if you're doing the same stuff, going to the same places, hanging out with the same people, and you expect to just stop one thing, it's not going to work. Like for me, I had to change what I do, my daily habits, my daily routines, things I ate. I had to pick up better habits. And that's another thing I try to tell people, is you have to drop your bad habits. You have to drop your vices and pick up good habits for yourself and pick up new routines, because doing the same things, you're never going to get results. I thought I could. I thought that I could do the same things and then just stop drinking alcohol. But that wasn't the case, because I was doing the same things and expecting to just take one thing out of my life or take two things out of my life, but doing the same things, it just doesn't work like that. And it was hard for me to comprehend, and maybe even me trying to explain this to you now, it's probably hard to comprehend or even hard to get into motion. And hopefully through this journey, I'll be able to explain it better and I'll be able to teach it better, because it is a hard concept to grasp. And I know it firsthand. It's easier said than done. If it was so easy, then I'd have done this shit years ago. But it takes a strong person. It takes a lot of discipline, because I've made videos on TikTok about, how I quit so many things at once. And people are like, you shouldn't do this because it'll be a bigger chance for you to relapse. Or, you should try doing one at a time. Excuse me. Still kind of sick. But, I agree. I straight up agree. I'm getting text messages. Hold on. This is why this is uncut. Because if something pops up, I'm not going to stop recording. I'm not going to cut it. Y'all just going to watch me do something on my computer real quick. But, no, that's the takeaway. Sorry I got off track. But, yeah, people were saying, where was I going with that? Okay, people were saying you shouldn't quit so many things at once because it'll be a bigger chance for you to relapse. And I agree. I really do agree. You shouldn't try to stop so many things at once, because at one time I stopped drinking alcohol, stopped smoking weed, stopped drinking coffee, stopped drinking soda, started exercising. At the time I was vaping too, so I stopped vaping. And I cut all these things off and stopped all these things at once and started new things. And it was so much. It really was so much. But once again, it wasn't me quitting these things and starting new things. It was me changing my mindset and changing my entire lifestyle. So it wasn't me going back and doing the same things. And that was what helped me the most. Is it wasn't me just quitting things. It was me changing my life, changing my lifestyle, changing my habits, changing everything about myself. And that's what made it easier for me. And it wasn't easy. Like I said, it's still not easy, but you have to have that want in yourself. And like I said, the motivation that I've had from small progress, small results, has just motivated me to go harder. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end this first episode like this, because I feel like I'm rambling about the same things. But I will end it on this note. Change is scary, And I've said it before, change is hard. But what you do have to realize is whether you change yourself or change your habits, change around you is going to happen whether you want it or not. And you may be the same person, but things around you will change. People around you will change. Change will happen with or without you. And you could be the same person, but the world's going to change. Like I said, the people around you are going to change. Your situation may change. May not change for the good, may change for the worst. But there will be change whether you like it or not. And I was afraid of change, still afraid of change. But if you make the right changes, and instead of letting change grab you and chew you up and spit you out, you should grab change and make it for the best and do the best that you can do. Because I'm telling you, once you make the right positive changes, it'll change your life. It sounded cliche as hell. Once you make the positive changes, it'll change your life. Can't believe I said that shit. But yeah. Wow. It's episode 1, guys. Thank you for your time as always.